Hello everyone and welcome to the Fans POV at DragonCon 2012 in sunny South Atlanta, Georgia. I'm your host, Chrissy Lawler, and with me are some old voices and some new ones.
Hi, I'm Julie.
I'm Adrian.
Super Kami Guru.
Pirate Chris. And also with us is Tom and Ernie. Unfortunately, they don't want to be involved in the show, so which, yeah, we're all tired. It's the end of a very long weekend. Week. But like I said, we were here for DragonCon 2012, which we said we would come back because we enjoyed it so much last year, right, guys?
Yes.
Yes, they did. Well, anyway, we'll start off with the new guys. Your first year down here in Atlanta. What was your first impressions of just Atlanta in general?
It's really nice down here.
Yep.
It was just nice. It wasn't too crowded when we first got here. We went to the World of Coke and everything was delicious except the Italian soda, which was gross. So don't drink it if you go to the World of Coke.
It's a lot different from New York. I mean, everyone's just like friendly, like have a nice day, y'all. Have a nice day, y'all. Everywhere we go, it's
No one's like, get the fuck out of here.
There's like no traffic, there's no cars. I mean, I work in New York City and you can get from point A to point B in 2 seconds here as opposed to New York City where it's like, move out of my way, people.
I mean, during the actual con, it was, the streets were filled up, but as we walked around this morning, it was like a ghost town. There was like no one in the streets.
Do people work here? Like, where do they go? Like, where did everyone go? Do people work in the city or do they like not work in Atlanta? Like, I don't. It's confusing.
Well, we actually had said that last year at the end of the con. Like, once the con was over and there was no more convention goers, it was just like you could see the tumbleweeds going down the streets.
Yeah.
It was like nobody. But during the weekend, it is packed. This year, instead of picking a hotel that was an hour bus ride from the downtown area of Atlanta, we actually stayed in one of the 5 official con hotels. We stayed in the Westin. The official hotels are the Westin, the Hyatt, thank you, Chris, the Marriott, the Hilton, and the Sheraton. So we were in the heart of DragonCon this year. What did you think of the Westin as the hotel?
The hotel itself is like gorgeous. It's one of apparently the tallest buildings in Atlanta, if not the tallest. We were staying on the 41st floor, which is like in the middle because the tallest floor is 72nd. Unfortunately, we wanted to stay on the 72nd floor, but Chris is scared of heights, so we can only stay on the 41st floor.
Yeah. There wasn't a glass elevator. It was very upsetting.
Yeah, there was a glass elevator, but we had a really gorgeous view. The Westin was really nice. On the days there wasn't a convention here, but on the days that there were, we saw some really awesome cosplay. The steampunk was based here, and we saw a lot of amazing steampunk costumes in our hotel. And there was another, and Whedonverse was here, which was much to Tom's delight because he went to every event here in the Westin. So we had a lot of steampunk and Whedon fans in our hotel.
In our room, I especially like the view. I mean, we have like a great view during the day. We can see like everything. We can see the World of Coke. We can see like the whole shebang. Yeah, like she said, during the con, like the place is packed with cosplay people, steampunk, Whedonverse. They had the Spike and Drew panel, which I love since I'm a big James Marsters fan. The one annoying thing was the elevator, because like every stop, it would stop at every floor as we would go up and down. Because
oh, you were with me.
What did you think of the Westin, Chris?
It's better than going to a hour away hotel.
I know there was something about this hotel you liked.
There's a pool.
Yeah, there's a pool.
Went swimming.
Other than the pool, how was the hotel, Chris?
Following my plans.
Following your plans.
I'll fucking kill you. The elevators, it was con. You had to go up to go down and go down to go up. That's what she said.
right.
At some point, the elevators are so packed that me and Chris, we had to like walk down the stairs, and that was a fun time going 41
Yeah,
flights.
my leg is finally feeling better for it, and this is like 4 days later. Just throwing it out there.
Well, what I thought was that it's really, like you guys said, it's a really nice view. You can see like from our side of the building, you can see pretty much half of Atlanta, and a little bit further. It's really in the heart of everything. The people are really nice, and they know that since it's a con, they'll accommodate. But like what you guys said, it was packed during the weekend during the actual con, with people constantly going up and down. But I think it's kind of also to a degree a cool thing, because you can joke with the other people in the elevator. We can all just, who cares who's there? You just start talking and you have fun, you have nice conversations, and everyone agrees. I like how a couple of times we would go on the elevator and like Ernie or Chris or whoever was the closest to the buttons would be constantly swiping the card into it and hitting buttons. Someone would yell 23, the 30th, 39, 41, 45, just
69.
Yeah,
no, our hotel. our those elevators didn't go to those floors because they have separate elevators. We'll just assume anything, Chris. But
If all else fails, Ernie has a career as a elevator operator.
yeah, definitely. That'll come in handy later on down the line. With Dragon Con, it's kind of, a lot of cons are getting on this bandwagon. I'm sure Dragon Con's been doing it for a while, kind of like Otakon. There is a pre-reg and registration pickup date on Thursday, even though the con officially starts on Friday.
At 10 a.m.
Yeah, it's a pretty much an all-day thing from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. You can go into the Sheraton, pick up your if you've pre-reg, you can register, and also they do have some events and performances for entertainment on Thursday. Those I think are usually VIP passes to go to some of those stuff, but you can actually register at the door, which I know Julie and you and Adrian did. Yep. How was it getting registration?
It was so easy. We were actually really impressed at the maze they created for no need to do it, because we literally followed the brown tape into the room. We told them we want to pay with cash, so we went on the cash line. We spent like 20 minutes weaving in and out of the little maze, and then we literally walked up and said our name. They put in our info. We went to another booth. I don't know. They took our money, and then we went to another booth, and they had it printed out for us, and we're like, oh, okay. That was really easy. Like, it took like 10 minutes maximum, not even less than that. It took us longer to fill out the form to write our names than it did to actually get the badge.
Chris, you have anything to say about registration pickup?
I remembered my card this time.
Yes, if you pre-reg with Otakon, they send you instead Dragon Con. I'm sorry. Sorry, I didn't do Otakon this year, so it's in my head.
Nowhere near as cool as Dragon Con. No offense,
It's not even in the same city or state.
No, it isn't. But with Dragon Con, what they do is instead of just sending you a confirmation email, they also send you a confirmation postcard with a barcode on it, so that when you walk up to pick up your badge, they just scan it and go, okay, this is you, here's your ID, here's your badge. But also, like you guys said, with us picking up our pre-reg, we were literally, like, I think we finished like a minute before you guys did.
Yeah.
It was 1, 2, 3. We also had the long weavy line, but I think that's for if it's crowded, which the time of day we picked, it wasn't that crowded. I remember last year it took us like maximum of an hour, though it was a moving line. It took an hour to get through all that. Still, I think the time of day we picked, and it's possible that it's because it's an all-day thing. You're not going to have huge lines all day long. It's just going to be certain spurts of huge lines. So Dragon Con knows how to do pre-registration and registration pickup. So the next step after registration is the beautiful con itself.
Awesome.
As everyone applauds.
Everybody use one word to describe it. I used awesome.
Awesome is a good word to describe it. But let's from our virgins here, what did you think when we first walked into the active con?
Okay, well, my first con experience, Tom gave me a major anxiety attack and was like, "Oh, you want to go see Adam West and Burt Ward? You better be there at like 8 in the morning." So I woke up at like 7. I put my costume on, and I got there at like 7:45, and I was the first person online. So my first experience with the con was nobody. So I waited online for like 4 hours, and I finally got in, and then we got into the panel, and it was amazing, and it was a great panel, and I laughed, and it was so much fun. But it was after the first panel, when I was let out into like the main of the Hyatt, I was like, holy crap, there are a lot of people here. And I'm like, ooh, look at that costume. Ooh, look at that costume. So for my first...
How many makeshift bars did you see this weekend?
There were lots of bars, but it doesn't affect me because I don't drink. But yeah, so basically my first experience with the con was kind of waiting on a line for 4 hours, and that line actually got moved to outside, and then, yeah.
But you guys are saying
You did it right. That's how it happens.
Right. So but if I didn't go when I went, I probably wouldn't have gotten in because that's my luck. So thanks, Tom.
You're welcome.
So thank you and not thank you.
What about you, Adrian?
My first experience with Dragon Con, I mean, compared to like New York Comic Con or Icon, it's like way bigger, because it's like the entire town has been converted into a convention.
the city.
Right.
Whatever.
Barely city.
There's the difference between population. So the DM's got.
You know what,
Just
Chris?
Shut up.
Shut up. Go to sleep.
I no longer need it.
You were never needed.
It'll be a real dick move to die right now.
The way actually like our waiting in line for the Adam West and Burt Ward, I actually liked it because we had like everyone just walking by, like costumes just walking by, taking photos with different people, joking around. But yeah, it was huge.
Overwhelming.
And overwhelming, yes. But we found our way around. The Marriott was the most crowded. You know, you could never find anything in the Marriott.
I purposely avoided going to panels in the Marriott because it's so big and so difficult to
It
navigate.
was so crowded on Saturday when I went through there, it wasn't even funny.
Yeah.
A sea of people you have to swim